Reggie here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder and comic book collector, and I want to welcome you to another one of my live streams. This is the Ready, Set, Go preview show, and today we are celebrating. Why? Because we are officially residents of North Carolina. We put in a contract on a house and we got confirmation that we got the house. So we are super pumped over here in the Simmons household. Making all kinds of arrangements now, trying to make this magic happen. So I wanted to give this update to everyone out there because a lot of people have been asking the question. Some folks literally, like yesterday, just found out that I was moving because they're a little behind on certain videos. But yes, we're moving. Yes, I now have a place to live, and I'm excited about that. It is not a perfect house. It is not a perfect house, but it is a good house that has a good foundation, if you will, that we can build upon as a family. So we are super pumped about that. So I definitely want to welcome everybody to this live stream, especially those folks that are on the East Coast, because I know that it is late there for you guys, and rest assured that soon, very soon, I am going to be on your coast and you are going to be able to watch this show at a more convenient time for you. And for the folks on the West Coast, it'll be like an early dinner, like a super early dinner for you guys when we actually make the transition. Wanted to give you guys a couple of other announcements. I am attempting to support a indie creator who created this book right here called Eden Sky. This was sent to me a while ago, and I just am now getting around to actually doing the giveaway. If you are on Instagram, all you have to do is to find the post where I'm actually talking about this book. Tag a friend. That's it. Just tag a friend, because it's really about trying to drive awareness for this indie creator who made this really awesome book. It's a 4-part book, square bound, really high quality stuff that he is attempting to make into a movie of some sort. He's a screenplay writer. So really awesome thing. We're going to be giving away this arc, 4 issues, to one lucky subscriber on the Wednesday show. And again, all you have to do is to be on Instagram and tag one friend, and you are in the running for that 4-part mini series called Eden Sky. So shout out to that creator for hooking me up. The other thing is shout out to all the folks that placed orders for the new variant, the Gung Ho Sexy Beast issue number 4 variant from the website. I'm putting all the orders, well, not all the orders, but those that came in over the last 24 hours, those are going to be mailed out on Monday. So stay tuned. Hopefully folks will get their first round shipment on Tuesday of this week. So again, shout out to everybody that placed an order. But a little bit later in today in the show, we're going to be giving away this awesome book right here. It is a newsstand copy of Spawn number 1, thanks to our friends over at Go Collect. And then I'll also be showing you the awesome book that is going to be given away this coming week. So let me go to the chat real quick to say hello. I see my man Jerry. It is good to see you, bro. Craven is like, good evening, good night, good morning, good day, depending upon where you are. Well done, brother. Well done. Chuck, I kid you not, bro. I was doing dishes, and it seems like maybe I just say that. The truth of the matter is I do the dishes before I come in here, because then I can come in here guilt-free knowing that I vacuumed the floors and I've done dishes and stuff like that. I typically put a little bit of lotion on my hands. That's why sometimes I look a little glazy, because I wipe it on my face too. Anyway, definitely got the dish pan hands going on. Let me see. Gino, how you doing? He says, wow, I can't believe you're moving east. I hope it's a good move for you in multiple ways. I can't imagine the logistics involved with that. It's the comics, you know. The thing about it, brother, is that I've made a cross-country move 4 times already. I've been in, I think we did it one time. I've been in 8 or 9 states or something like that, 4 cross-country moves. My wife has been in 8 or 9 states. So it's no big deal for us to do this kind of stuff. And yes, there are some logistical hurdles, but you know, we make it happen, man. We make magic happen. What is this? When the 1G moves, I might hang out at the old. Well done, brother. That's why I have the P.O. box. You underdig? The P.O. box will handle all of the package forwarding for me. I am concerned, however, about the 130 comics that are currently at CGC. So rest assured that I'm going to be reaching out to them and be like, check it out. here's my new address. I need to make sure every single package goes to the right place because some dude, they master blasters trying to get the second helpings, the scrapings, the leftovers. So let me see, scrolling through. All right, cool. So again, shout out to everybody that is joining me for this live stream. I know that you guys have a lot of other things that you could be doing, but I definitely appreciate you guys hanging out with me over the last maybe, 2 months. A lot of people have been like trying to get this chant going, like DC, Donny Cates, come to DC. And I've repeatedly said it is not going to happen. I've repeatedly said it. And now today we have a little confirmation that my man DC, that Donny Cates, the golden goose that lays many golden eggs, is still going to be at Marvel moving forward. So Donny Cates teases some kind of bonkers new Marvel mystery title, and I think he started teasing this thing on the Twitter machine. And I'm not the biggest on the Twitter machine, so I caught it on Newsarama. And he says, this new Marvel book I'm writing is so much fun. I'm losing my whole entire mind writing it, says Donny. He says, it's bonkers. Y'all are going to dig this one for sure. I don't know where he's from, but y'all are going to dig this one for sure. I dig it. Let's just say I dig it. But this article, again, on Newsarama spends a little bit of time talking about how Donny Cates is basically not giving us any details. He's given us no details other than it's Marvel, right? And the article highlights how even if someone were to guess the right answer as to what he is working on and who he's working on it with, he is going to lie. He's basically like going to just not tell the truth. And reportedly, he did the same thing when someone thought that he was going to be doing Venom, taking Venom over. He basically told them, no, he wasn't. Then lo and behold, he was indeed. So the good news here for many Marvel fans is that Donny Cates is going to be sticking at Marvel. We still don't quite know what he's going to be working on, but it's going to be bonkers, clearly, if he is putting that out there into the universe. I started reading Crossover. I can't remember what issue I'm on right now. It is pretty darn good. And it is not necessarily as dark as some of the other things that have come out from Donny Cates, but it is good. And so I am invigorated by the fact that the DC folks will have to wait a little bit longer to get the goose that lays the golden eggs, because Donny is going to continue at Marvel just a little bit longer. So shout out to the almighty Liger King. It's good to see you, brother. Hawaiian Punch in your face 72. It's good to see you. Matt Wood says Donny Cates is going to write Conan. So here's the thing. It's possible. It is possible. Anything at this point is possible. What is this? DC has a bunch of really talented. I think we would have got it with the first really, but throw three really talented writers right now. So I think they're going to be fine. At some point, Donny Cates will write DC. It's just happened at some. It will happen at some point. Respect it. And again, I completely agree with you. Burke family, completely agree with you, brother. And as a consolation, because I know that you're probably wiping away tears right now, I do have a video that is coming out that I thought about you. I recorded it earlier today. You will probably see it maybe in about 2 weeks. When you see it, you will know that is your video, Burke family. Okay. Shout out to you, brother. It is good to see you. Scuba, how you doing? It's good to see you, my friend. Tina, as always, it is good to see you, my friend. What is that? 104 likes and only, I'm sorry, 104 watchers, only 20 likes. DB, I like you more and more, brother. Let me see, scrolling through. Quest Dog. Oh, Quest Dog. It is possible. Bringing the Gibbon back from the dead, which would be bonkers. It would be bonkers if he were to bring back Marvel's greatest and newest superstar from the dead, because he died in Amazing Spider-Man 18.HU. Bring him back. Let's make some magic happen. That's all that I can say. Again, so I wanted to just cover off on that one because I just thought it was a really interesting topic. that has been, I've talked about it, like we know he's ending on Venom, but we don't know where he's going. Like it's like super cryptic, and it's like, well, what is he going to do? We now have some insight regarding Donny Cates, so I wanted to make sure that I shared that with you guys. So as many of you probably saw in the thumbnail and also on the title of this video, there is a little bit of a battle that is brewing right now between the man that is going to run for president at some point, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and Warner Brothers. There is a little battle that is brewing, and the question is, who is going to win this battle royale? You can tell I watched a little bit of WWF back in or WWE, one of those. Black Adam's, I'm sorry, The Rock's Black Adam could restore the SnyderVerse. So there has been calls from the WB to basically end the SnyderVerse, and the people, including The Rock, are basically saying, nah, we think we're gonna continue this thing. And so Rock, as you guys know, it is of the people in many ways. So we will see how this thing will play out. A couple of ads here popping up that's in my view, but you can see here a really awesome photo of the Rock in his Black Adam garb. So Black Adam is set to hashtag restore the SnyderVerse despite attempts to kill it. The original DCEU continuity lives on in Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. And this is actually coming from Geekosity Mag. My man Mikey Sutton sent this to me a few days ago, and then somebody else reminded me of the article when they sent me another one that referenced this one. So I went back to the source here. So Warner Brothers private tug of war. I don't think it's that private anymore. About the SnyderVerse continues to unfold. On March 2nd, Warner Brothers chairman, CEO, and announced that the SnyderVerse ended with Zack Snyder's Justice League. Since then, Mikey Sutton has reported that HBO Max will continue the SnyderVerse. Warner Brothers intends for the Flash film to be the final nail in the coffin of the SnyderVerse. And so here's a comment here. According to insiders, The Rock is ignoring all of the Warner Brothers plans to end the SnyderVerse. A source said The Rock is making Black Adam the way he always envisioned, and no one, nobody, not even Anne, will stand in his way. And this goes on to kind of talk about how what Rock wants to do is to actually prove that Black Adam is the baddest guy around, and that includes, I think, him squaring off against the Man of Steel. And the article goes on, maybe we'll pop back to it, but basically the Rock is basically saying, look, I had a vision for what I wanted to do with Black Adam, and I want to see him. And you've probably seen some of the trailers and stuff that The Rock has said. He has a vision that Black Adam is going to come on and just take everybody by storm. And that includes, I think the article actually talks about this, it includes like Shazam and Superman, and it also might include Darkseid, which will be really interesting to see if that happens. I think I read one of the articles that said Darkseid is going to be mentioned at least in Black Adam. So it's going to be very interesting to kind of see how this thing plays out. The challenge here, of course, for the WB is that The Rock is extremely popular, right? Not only that, but the SnyderVerse, the Snyder Cut, was incredibly well done. And so it's kind of hard. I mean, I think that they're in a very interesting place. And at the end of the day, a decision is going to be made. A direction is going to be had. And it's going to be interesting to see how this all kind of shakes out. So let me go back to this article real quick to see if there are any other interesting tidbits. Says his Black Adam franchise is central to bringing back the SnyderVerse, and that will begin with the first movie. This is a shot of The Rock in I think that's the iron gem that he has. Scrolling down, insiders added that Black Adam will reference events and characters in the SnyderVerse, even Darkseid. A source at Warner Brothers revealed that Rock wants Black Adam to be the baddest dude in the DCEU, and that world includes Superman, Ben Affleck's Batman, and even Darkseid. What DC Films has planned thus far is weak in comparison. Wow, that is from somebody at Warner Brothers. What DC Films has planned thus far is weak in comparison. What Black Adam's supposed to say. There you go. All right, so this anti-film is filming and I think they plan to release it in July of 2022. So we will again see how this thing all plays out. The article goes on to make a few other points. I'm not sure how much of that is relevant to or germane to the actual point that we're making here, that there is a little bit of a conflict right now between the incredibly popular Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Warner Brothers, and it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. DC Dude says, "I love The Rock, not Snyder." Here's the thing, brother. I don't. It's really hard to not like The Rock, though. Like, let's be completely honest about that. My wife walked in the room the other day. She said, "Have you seen this video of The Rock talking to his daughter about one of the movies that he was in?" And I hadn't seen that one, but I immediately, I've watched a lot of Zoa and Terramana and him making those pancakes that I just want to eat. And then, of course, him training in the gym. I watch a lot of The Rock stuff. And again, it is hard to not like this guy. It is hard. Snyder, I don't know about that. The Rock, completely agree. Scrolling through some of the comments here. Oh man, I lost a lot of them right there. Warner Brothers is Jerry said, just finished watching the 4-hour Snyder cut, really enjoyed it. And again, man, because it was really, really good. Martian the Manhunter is more powerful than the Man of Steel. What was interesting, though, is I don't even think the Martian the Manhunter, I'm sorry, I always say that, Martian the Manhunter. Somebody did not like that in one of my videos. Martian Manhunter, I don't think was actually even supposed to be in the Snyder cut, but they put him in there for some reason that escapes me at the moment. I'm pretty sure one of you guys in the room will be able to tell you guys what's going on with that one. Scrolling through some of the comments here. Scrolling. The Rock can smell what the Snyder is cooking, and it smells like money. Rock gonna end up by oh, that would be interesting. Do you smell what the Rock is cooking? The SnyderVerse. Well done. Clearly he is drawing a line in the sand. There is no doubt about that one. I'm scrolling through more of the comments here, seeing what else I missed. DC Philtastic says DC probably is better off using the SnyderVerse in the other universes they were building and create their own multiverse. They're working on Flashpoint, and I think that that's part of what that article actually got to. And apologies for not getting to that part, but I think that they alluded to the fact that they could just do that. They could just roll with all of this stuff, which then might be more confusing for people, because now you're going to have two versions of Superman, for example, and possibly two versions of Batman and two versions of this. Here's the thing. A lot of people, including myself, have said that DC should just do what the MCU is doing. And I think people have said that because the MCU is successful. At the end of the day, I think that DC is going to have to do what is authentic to them and what actually makes sense. My hope is that they just choose a path that makes sense for the fans and for the viewers and does not lead to confusion like what I've heard their comics have essentially done at various points in time, right? Sometimes simple is best. Keep it simple because that's just easy, right? I don't know. I don't know which way the wind's going to blow on this thing. I just thought that it was super interesting that, The Rock is not backing down, that he is like making it really clear what he intends to do. And we're going to see how this thing plays out. I'm going to scroll down on some of the comments here. What is this? DC kind of already has the multiverse thing going between the TV shows and the movies having different versions. True. What I don't know is how much of an overlap exists between the audiences of the TV shows and the movies. And then imagine if they introduce another universe in the movies. So now you technically have 3 different versions of Superman, right? And now you start to see how it starts to get incredibly messy, because maybe you don't have that one person at the helm or that one person that has the vision for what things should look like. And you're kind of letting people do what it is that they do, which is to create. And creators want to create their own area, if you will, and play in their own little sandbox. And that could be challenging. So Scrolling through, Snyder needs to be on HBO Max, says pretty fly for a Filipino guy. John's comments with kids up in the house. How you doing, brother? Jose says Snyder sucks. That's an opinion. That's an opinion. What is this? Warner Brothers is sitting on a gold mine with the SnyderVerse and would make fans happy just doing it. Man, it's like a layup, right? In some respects, it's like a layup. And it's like, just give the man what you originally intended to give him, which is the 5 movies, and see what he can do. Because either you give it to him and he succeeds and you benefit, or you give it to him and he fails and you could then say, okay, we're going to go on a different direction. It was that guy's fault. Let's chart a new course. I'm honestly glad that I'm not in that boardroom. They should just take your time setting up a movie multiverse, and in 10 years, have a crisis type epic movie with all the versions of the superheroes. The thing is that takes a great deal of patience. Takes a great deal of patience to do what you're describing there. And the question is, does AT&T have that level of patience? I don't know the answer to that. But what you're saying makes a whole lot of sense. The question is, are there other pressures exerting themselves on the decision-making process that is preventing what potentially makes the most sense, the thing that they are not likely to do? Only time will tell. Would not the natural introduction of Black Adam be Shazam? The big red cheese and Adam are, after all, old enemies. Well said. Well said. I think that there is a little bit of a crossover, I thought, in the Black Adam movie that is planned for Shazam to appear. But I also think that Shazam, Superman, and Black Adam have like an intertwined kind of thing. I am not a historian when it comes to DC. There are people, Catherine, in this room that are much more knowledgeable than I, that have probably already answered this because I'm way behind on comments. Scrolling through, Jerry, giving a shout out to all the blue wrenches, including the OG, my man 2021. It's good to see you, bro. Scrolling through some of the comments here. Oh man, I missed a comment. Somebody said the bottom line, Snyder has the best Superman movies right here. Ryan says DC should just do the Crisis on Infinite Earths movie like DC did Infinity War. DC, what is this? DC and TV and movie continuity. My head. There was a comment here. Oh, here we go. It was Almighty Liger King. I should not be surprised by that. Let me keep scrolling down. I wanted to make sure I at least acknowledge that one. Clay, how you doing, brother? He says Snyder is okay. Focuses on the action and visuals too much over good dialogue. I don't know that I would agree or disagree. I think it's a legitimate point from your perspective, which is part of the reason why I threw it up there on screen. So scrolling through, just bring on the G.I. Joe trailer, bro. I don't know if you guys remember the interview that I did with Ross Regie, right, from Boom Studios. But in that interview that I did with him, he alluded to some things that are going to be coming from Hasbro at some point. There is a plan, I do believe, on the part of Hasbro for some things that they're doing. I want to say that it involves maybe G.I. Joe, Transformers, maybe Power Rangers, several other properties, maybe ROM and some other things that they own. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see what the future holds when it comes to stuff like G.I. Joe. So shout out to you, brother, for throwing that one up there. Scrolling through some of the comments, Burke family's dropping a little bit of knowledge here. Craven is pointing out that DC is not very patient, and the comic just got away from me. I'm way behind on comments. Sorry, guys. Craven says DC isn't that patient. They've been playing catch up to Marvel for years. But they say that they want to play their own game, which is true. But, the perception is what I'm saying. So or what you're saying, I should say. Do you foresee CGC putting a pause on submissions due to the volume, similar to what PSA just did with the card submissions? So that was one of the jokes that dropped on April Fool's Day. There was a post that was circulating. Misspoke. One person tagged me on that because someone had done a mock-up basically saying, like officially today, we are shutting down submissions. If we have your book, we're sending it back or something like that. So it's a very funny April Fool's joke that someone pulled. I'll be completely honest, Scotty, I have no clue. I have no clue what CGC is going to do. I think that they're moving into their new facility. Maybe the new facility makes more room for everything to kind of be in better alignment and closer proximity, which may help. I honestly don't know. Will they shut things down again? I have no insight into that. PSA's backlog, I would imagine, is probably bigger and longer than CGC's, which might make sense that they would shut it down. But again, I don't know. I don't know any of the numbers. I don't know any of that stuff. So, but I wanted to at least acknowledge it. So that's why we put it up there on screen. So scrolling through some of the comments here, if DC went with Snyder's plan in 2017, they would be there you go. Well said. They would be well ahead. Deuces, how you doing, brother? He's asking if that is a mutant themed wall. It is actually a 9.8 wall. Every single book on that wall back there is a 9.8. So that was the main theme. But as you guys know, I'm a little bit of a Wolverine fan, so I decided to go a little Wolverine heavy on the top row. But everything back there is a 9.8. So that was essentially the theme. And I think it was the first time I've ever been able to do a whole wall in 9.8s. I want to say that that's right. You guys may remember better than I. So Philtastic is throwing out a recommendation. I would probably agree with that. The signature events, I think, were vitally important for CGC to do. And I say that because they literally put money in the hands of creators that were not able to go to cons, that were not able to make as much money as they were supposed to make because cons got shut down. So I applaud CGC, and you probably do as well. Applaud CGC for doing these signature events because they are putting money in the hands of creators. They are helping creators pay their bills and do all the other stuff, because I think that, yeah, they make money from producing comics, but that might not be enough, right? And so I applaud them for that. But as a result of that, to the point that is being made by this comment, there is a large influx of comics that come in. How many? I don't know. It depends upon depends upon the creator and how many how long that creator has been in business and the appeal of that creator to the comic book industry. But by and large, they've been working with a lot of well-known creators, which creates a lot of comics coming in. So, but how does that compare to what CGC would be doing any other time, in which CGC was going to roughly 35 cons around the country and doing signings at all of those cons? So I don't know how a private signing for a single artist compares to 35 cons with multiple artists over the course of a year. I honestly don't know how those numbers compare, but I think it's a relevant thing to kind of bring up for at least the purpose of consideration and discussion. So shout out to you, brother, for doing that. Scrolling through the comments here, I'm just going to say that I'm all caught up at this point. So for those that are coming in a little bit late, the title thing that I wanted to talk about is this right here, and it comes from my buddy Mikey Sutton at Geekosity Mag. That basically there is a battle that is brewing between The Rock's Black Adam movie and what the WB actually wants. WB wants to shut down the SnyderVerse, and The Rock is basically saying not too soon. He's basically like, look, I have a plan and a vision for my movie Black Adam that involves the folks, the characters, the actors that were in the SnyderVerse. I'm going to reference those things in my movie. And my movie, like just about every movie that The Rock makes, is a hit, right? And so it is a little bit of a battle here, and it's going to be very interesting to see how this thing actually plays out over time. And I'll read one quote to you guys. A source said, The Rock is making Black Adam the way he always envisioned, and no one will stand in his way. So it's going to be very interesting to kind of see how this plays out over time. I'm a huge fan of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Never really saw him wrestle, but I like him as a person, like him as a spokesman. He seems to be a good guy all around, and I kind of dig that. I kind of dig that. Hard to be hard, if you will, when you have like a family full of girls. You know what I'm saying? So you have to have a soft side, and it definitely appears that he has that. So looks like you guys are having a very robust conversation. So keep it going. Keep the conversation going. This is why you guys come together, to talk to me, but then also to talk to one another. So I applaud all of you for that. So there is one other news event, if you will, that I wanted to kind of talk about, and it actually involves the X-Men. It involves the X-Men and some changes that are actually coming to the X-Men, and they're actually going to be launching some new titles. So I wanted to focus on this one because I was a huge fan of Powers of 10, House of X, Powers of 10. I think that's the right way to say it. It's been so long since I actually uttered those words, I may have messed it up. So Marvel is launching 3 new X-Men titles, and Jonathan Hickman, like Donny Cates, has a little bit of a mystery of his own. So there is a story arc that is going down right now called Reign of X or Reign of 10. I'm not quite sure which one it is. It might be Reign of 10. And what comes along with that is a couple of different things here. There's some new books, Children of the Atom, issue number 1, Way of the 10 or Way of the X, maybe. X Corp, which is a story, a book title that was announced a long time ago that was shelved and now appears to be back. There is an event or a book, if you will, called the Hellfire Gala. I had to make that bigger because I could not see it. This is all going down April, May, and June. Then there's going to be another event, or I'm sorry, another series of books that are going to drop. Specifically, it looks like Jerry Dugan and Pepe Larraza are going to be taking over X-Men, and they're going to be rebooting it back to issue number 1. There is something called I guess it's a classified title that's going to be coming out in August. And then Jonathan Hickman is going to be launching a new book in September, and the artist has actually been redacted. So we don't know the title of it, nor do we know the artist that he is working on. My bet is that it's going to be JRJR. That is my bet. And I say that because if you're going to redact the artist's name, it better be a big name. And they've been making a lot of noise about JR actually coming back, John Romita Jr. coming back from DC to Marvel. My thought was maybe he's going to jump on X-Men. So I wanted to, again, kind of make sure that I shared that with you guys. I'm going to go to the comments here real quick to see whether you guys have any other questions, or I'm sorry, thoughts as to who the artist might be. So scrolling through The Rock, what is this? The Rock's Black Adam will be, well, I'm sorry. You have to love Ryan Reynolds. I absolutely love Ryan Reynolds. Scrolling through through some of the comments here. Oh, you know what? There was a super chat that popped in. I can't remember who it was. It came in before the live stream. I wanted to say thank you to that person for leaving the leaving the super chat. I absolutely appreciate that. Scotty G is also leaving a super chat right here. He says 9.9 on hopes of seeing a 9.9 in the back. Bro, those are so elusive. Just elusive, you know, but you never know. I don't think I've ever had a 9.9 on the wall. I've had a 9.9 that I've given away via the channel once before, but never a 9.9 in the collection. But fingers crossed that this 9.99 gets me to a 9.9. Shout out to you, brother. Again, I definitely appreciate you. Scrolling through some of the comments here. Here, Philtastic is saying his guess is that Phantom is a Phantom X related title. Elements of the giant-sized one-shot from last year are finally coming into play now with Lady Mastermind, Emma's weird Sentinel head building. Oh, you know what? I'm going to completely defer to you, bro. I have not been keeping up with my X-Men stuff. I started reading the new Captain America series, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I am way behind, but this intrigues me. Maybe I need to go back and start reading X-Men again. Mikey Sutton in the house. How you doing, brother? Your ears must have been burning because we were just referencing your article on The Rock and Black Adam. Shout out to you for constantly putting out really great content and also flagging it for me personally so that I actually see it. We appreciate you here on the channel, my friend. What is this? Clyde, how you doing, brother? He says, those bad idea books may stand a chance. Legit, bro. legit, because those bad idea books are pretty solid in terms of the quality of what they do with those covers. So you're right. It could have a shot on goal at that. I'm waiting to see. I'm actually going to be releasing, and I was going to talk about this in a second. I'm going to be releasing the top 10 submitted books to CGC. And let's just say that video is going to be coming up. Let's just leave it at that. Scrolling through. New X-Men artist will be Donny Cates, because Donny can do no wrong. And I will again point to the top 10 submitted books for CGC video that is going to be coming out, because we're going to be referencing old Donny Cates a couple of times. Larry says, I like to see Alex Ross do a cover run on X-Men. That would be dope. Super talented, man. Super talented dude. It'd be awesome. What is this? Regie, you could totally compete against The Rock on. Man, I wish. You know what, man? If I was still like in my competitive like heyday, I still would match up to The Rock. That's a big dude. That's a big dude. But no, man. Thank you for the comparison, man. At the end of the day, I try to do good. I try to give as much as I get. I try to be honest. I try to be transparent. And I see him kind of sort of doing the same thing, only his stage is much larger and his physical form is much larger than mine. Maybe that's a secret. Maybe I get bigger again and then my platform gets bigger. I don't know. I don't know what the secret is to The Rock's magic. Maybe it's those pancakes that he eats, but I need some of that magic. I need some of that. Scrolling through. Wow, I remember the 9.9 you gave away a year ago. It was a Harley Quinn book, but it was a 9.9. The only reason I remember it. Man, I'm going to tell you. Thanks to those guys at Go Collect, man, we've given away so many books, man, including a really, really nice copy of Amazing Spider-Man 300 that we gave away. It was a 9.8. I remember the owner of Go Collect reached out to me. He's like, hey, I know you have this book for sale. I'll buy it if you want to give it away. I wish I had just said no and kept the book from us. Because that book is doing incredibly well. And somebody out there is rocking with the 9.9 that Climbing Comics remembers, So scrolling down through the comments, again, you guys are having a really great conversation. I absolutely love it. Again, don't forget to smash the like button because it's good for the algorithm. Clay says, I haven't entered the giveaway in months. Brother, you are definitely missing out because we have been giving away some amazing books. I think we gave away a Secret Wars 8 recently, a Submariner Iron Man #1 recently. We're about to give away a Spawn #1 newsstand tonight. I mean, we've been giving away some pretty cool books, my man. Jim Lee needs to get back to Marvel and draw some X titles. Man, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. But I don't think that that's going to happen. We gave away. So anyway, all right. So let me get myself back on track here. We went through the Rock's conflict with the WB. We talked about Donny Cates and, also Jonathan Hickman doing some mysterious stuff at Marvel with scant details being released to us at this point. Fingers crossed that we start to get some insight into this thing moving forward. So let me give you guys a heads up on some of the content that is going to be coming out from the channel this week. As I mentioned, I'm going to be releasing a video. It is the top 10 submitted books into CGC. I basically get this data from CGC before books are graded and put into the CGC database. So in many ways, this video is a leading indicator of what we all are submitting into CGC to have graded. I think there's a tremendous amount of insight in this video that is going to be released this week. I hope you guys will check it out. I think the last one was viewed almost 4,000 times in the first 3 days or something like that, which is crazy for me. But it's nice to see that growth go from 1,200 views to as almost 4,000 within just a matter of days. So I'm going to be releasing another video called On Greed. Let's just say it's on greed. This is actually a follow-up video to a video that I released for Patreon. I re-recorded the video because the greed got me again, which prompted me to record the video and expand upon the ideas that were presented. I think it's a good video. It's kind of vlog style, so I hope you guys will check that out and will enjoy it. I'm also going to be doing an X-Men Key and Raw comic book haul this week, and then we will also have Comics Today on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Want to give a huge shout out to Tina the OG Blue Wrench, who gave me the idea of reaching out to the cover artist for both of my variants. Yukio Smith is actually going to be on the show next Sunday. He is going to be coming on the show next Sunday to talk about I Don't Know Just Yet. We talked about him possibly coming on this Sunday, today or Wednesday, and there was an explosion near his studio that is preventing him from getting back into his studio. So he was unable to do anything this week. But next Sunday, we are going to get Yukio Smith, the really talented Yukio Smith, here on the channel to talk with us about some topic to be determined. In addition to those videos I just mentioned to you guys, I'm also going to be releasing a podcast, I do believe, on Monday at 7 a.m. And then I'm also going to be releasing a blog post by the very talented Doug B. So stay tuned for that. That'll be coming out on Wednesday and posted to RegieCollects.com. So with that said, time to give away a book. We're going to give away Spawn issue number 1. This is a 9.4 with white pages, and it is a newsstand, pretty awesome book sponsored by friends over at Go Collect, who have been supporting the channel for a few years now with lots and lots of really awesome giveaway stuff. So I want to shout out those guys. So let me go ahead and share my screen with you. And then we are going to roll some dice, and then we are going to randomize this list. All right, so let's go ahead and roll the dice, and we have rolled 10. We have rolled 10. Let me take that off screen. And now we're going to share one more time back to the list of names. And as a reminder, whenever we do a giveaway is like Fight Club. We don't talk about the giveaway in the comment section of the video in which the phrase appears. If something appears there that is the phrase, I just delete the comment. If there is a comment that is placed on the community tab that contains the phrase, I delete the comment. Oftentimes I don't even read them. I just delete them because I can't read it and respond. So I just delete it. So the way to enter this giveaway is that you go to the community tab, you find the post where I'm talking about the book, you click the link, you go to MailChimp, you plug in your information there. You don't talk about it anywhere else other than on MailChimp. So I think that may have happened this week. A couple of new people came in, did it in the wrong place, had their comments deleted, and then they were wondering why they weren't on the list. Well, you have to follow the guidance. And there is a video that is in, I think, the description of most videos and also on the community tab that will walk you through the process. Or you can search here on YouTube for Regie Collects Go Collect giveaway, and it will give you all of the details. So I think we randomized this thing a total of 10 times. So let's go ahead and hit this button and figure out which lucky subscriber is going to be winning this awesome book. So that is four randomizations right there. Here is 5. This is 6, 7. And the winner of this week's, let me make sure that's right. Yep. Okay. Women's. All right, so 10, sorry. What are we on right now? 7, 8. Wait a minute. Sorry. Okay, all right. I was correct. Too many numbers. That is 9 right there. And the winner of this week's Go Collect giveaway is, I can't even see that. Let's make that bigger. I don't even know how you say that. Suzuki? Maybe that's it. Suzuki? Maybe that's close enough. You are the winner. You are the winner. Let me make sure. Bounce back over. Oh, okay, cool. So here we go. You, sir or madam, are the winner of this book right here. It is Spawn #1 in 9.4 newsstand. All you have to do is send me an email to Regie@RegieCollects.com to claim your prize. And in that email, I need your name, your screen name, and your full mailing address. Send that to Regie@RegieCollects.com. I will bundle this book up and get it sent out to you. There you go. I don't even know if I pronounced that right. We are hoping. We are hoping that we are somewhat close. Shout out to everybody that is in here live watching this thing. I definitely want to encourage you to hit the like button because it is good for the algorithm. The next book that we are going to be giving away this upcoming week is this one right here. It is Carnage Mind Bomb, a 9.8 with white pages. I want to say that we've given this book away like 4 times. I want to say it's like 4 times, but this book is valued somewhere between $150 and $200, just like all of the other books. And so I will continue to buy it and give it away as long as it is in that range. I think people dig Carnage, so hopefully people like this giveaway. And I will tell you, there's a couple of other really awesome books that are under my desk that will also be given away. So a couple of people saying, yep, nice book. There we go. Congrats. Yep. So again, shout out to all those folks. We try to give away some good stuff when we can, man. You know, the thing is, because the market is so crazy right now, it makes it sometimes hard to get stuff. But what I did is I bought a bunch of stuff the other month, a lot of stuff in bulk. Little Secret Wars action at some point. We're going to give this away. This is the first appearance of Quake 9.8 right there. Really, really nice copy. Somebody gave me an AOK of this entire series. And I think that the copy I have might actually be 9.0 quality. I'm sorry, 9.8 quality. Here's another book right here. This is the Batman Beyond Special Origin issue. This is the first appearance of Terry McGinnis. This is the promotional one. This is a 9.4 with white pages. Again, just a couple of books that we're going to be giving away in the upcoming weeks. And you can actually win these books simply by being a subscriber of the channel and by watching the videos that come out from the channel over the course of the week. In one of those videos is a phrase, you capture that, and you're basically in the running. So for those folks that are on Instagram, I definitely want to encourage you guys to head over and look for the post where I'm talking about this. This is a book that was created by an indie creator. We're going to be giving away a 4-part story of this. They are square bound, really nice embossed silver thing here. So shout out to all the indie comic book creators that are trying to make magic happen. We featured several of them on the channel over the last few months. So I definitely want to continue supporting those guys that are out there trying to live their dream. All right. With that said, I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me a little bit. There is some really awesome content that is going to be coming out from the channel over the course of this week. I want to encourage you guys to check out the content. That video, the CGC video, I think is going to be a pretty solid one. So hopefully people will enjoy that one. As always, if you need to reach out to me, feel free to do so on Instagram at Regie Collects. Take care.